Welcome back, folks. It's Cape Rugby TV every Wednesday night. Make sure that you tell your friends. Come and watch. We, of course, are back. 2022. Clubs are talking. Clubs are very excited about getting their activities rolling. We're seeing a lot of potential fixtures for friendlies already. Mr. Jones, 2 years of very, very tough times for club rugby. Clubs not able to keep their normal momentum up, not able to see their friends in the same way that they used to. A very emotional, difficult time for anybody at a community level who's playing community sports, and of course in this case club rugby. The guys must be really excited about the opportunity that could happen in 2022.
Look, JP, towards the end of the year, we at least had, the end of last year, I should say, 7. So that was a start.
Well, I was getting to that point.
They're getting excitement, and we saw the excitement attached to the score sevens competition. But for us to secure the 2022 season, I'm encouraging clubs to get their members vaccinated.
Yeah.
Because once we are over that hurdle, the other difficulties that exist in the system is somehow not eliminated, but reduced. So the more and more players, the more and more spectators, because as you know, spectators are allowed in a stadium after you've been given the approval, but they need to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
So therefore, the modus operandi must be, please vaccinate, please vaccinate, please vaccinate. And then that makes it easier for us to get feet onto the fields, because people are vaccinated. Yes, we still have to look at certain other protocols, but at least we would overcome the initial hurdle, is the vaccination.
But are you getting the feeling though at the moment that clubs are excited for 2022? They're hoping for fresh opportunities?
Most definitely, most definitely. There are, I know, there are clubs that already started to train, looking for players and all those things. So there is
the haggling?
Most definitely. there is a blooming of rugby within communities now.
So I've got to ask you, before we take a look at what happened at UCT yesterday, let's just quickly touch on the score Western Province Club Rugby Sevens that happened at Newlands last year. We had plenty of highlights in the last 2 years. Even though there weren't games, there was plenty of highlights. A lot of action, a lot of talking behind the scenes, a lot of clubs busy with their own activities. But the score sevens, it was spectacular. It was great to see the clubs on the field. And you did it for 3 weeks running.
100%. During almost the height of the fourth wave, just before. So, and I want to thank the clubs for their participation. They all had COVID commissioners looking at each club and each team's activities that they need to do with regard to compliance. People were vaccinated. So when we went onto the field, we had some semblance of a safer environment for everyone. And obviously coupled to that was the excitement of the score sevens and the quality of play. So I'm glad that we could also give our partner SCORE the opportunity to, and we want to thank them for the opportunity that they've always given us in Western Province to create this great sevens competition. I think it's the only national sevens competition
in the world
that for club rugby that minimum has 3 weeks and stretches up to 6 weeks. So we're very chuffed and happy for that.
No, it was absolutely an excellent tournament, and we've always said that we think it's the only format of that nature in the world where every club gets its own jersey. And anyway, let's leave it at that. I'm sure we still have to do lots of conversation. We of course went down to UCT this week to go and take a look at some of the action behind the scenes. They're of course preparing for the Varsity Cup.
Yeah, 100%. It's definitely a big excitement to be back in a Varsity Cup setup. The tournament is in two and a half weeks time. So yeah, prepping is really going well. We have a warm-up games against UWC now Thursday. So yeah, the excitement in the club is really it's big. Definitely, I think we're so privileged to have a great coaching setup like this, and the knowledge of Flecky and the likes of Nick Room and Tom and Craig that really brings a good team spirit to the table. So I think it's really a winning recipe for coaching at UCT, and something we're really privileged as players to have such great coaches. definitely looking forward to it. I think the excitement is real here in the club. Yeah, we can't wait for that doing the first game against Pika up in Potch. So yeah, we're really looking forward to that first game, and we're aiming for the 25th of April for the finals. So hopefully we can be there, and it can be a successful competition for us.
You know, we were lucky to get a full Varsity Cup campaign, which we're very happy about. But we always look forward to league as well. We cherish the league here in the Western Cape, and we didn't get an opportunity to play, so we are obviously chomping at the bit to get back on the park. Yes, I think I checked the weekly planner. We're week 12 of our pre-season this week, so it's been a long slog. We've lost a few players to the professional game, a few guys doing masters overseas, but as you said, it gives an opportunity for some new guys, some guys that have been at the club for a while, that it's their opportunity now to step up. And we've also got one or two postgrads coming in to fill some of those roles of the senior players. No, sure. Last year's final had both our wingers were 19 years old. Connor Evans, who had played in the competition, was 18 at a stage. So, whilst we had a lot of senior players, there were a lot of youngsters in there. We're always going to invest in the youngsters at UCT. And yeah, there's no different this year. It's a massive, it's one of our core values at UCT, relationships and building that brotherhood. And a camp is a great opportunity where we can spend 3-4 nights together, eating out, playing games, competing at all times. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I think one of the big things that COVID taught us as rugby players is to be grateful to get the opportunity to play. I mean, there's so much kids out there, especially the guys at school. We've had in the last 2 years almost no games, so very fortunate to at least have played this year. Even more fortunate to go to a final and all the learnings and stuff you get from there. Yeah, I mean, it's lovely to get the players in. I mean, UCT has a great system, so we don't. When we have the younger players come in, they fit in, they're getting quick. Talk about new players in the team. I think a lot of new players. A lot of the teams have new players in their team. This year is going to be a very young Varsity Cup. So yeah, we're excited to show the people our players, especially the young guns coming up. 5 years ago we started a development plan, and last year we reached the final. We're starting to eat the fruits of that plan that we put in. So we're just looking to go onwards and upwards from there. The bubble had its good positives, but we're really happy to come back home, play in the Green Mile. We can't wait to have people come and watch us again, family and friends. It's been almost 2 years now without supporters and fans. It really makes a difference. It's tough to go up to Tuks and play in a stadium with no people watching you. You really have to love the game and bind together as brothers. So yeah, we're excited to play again on the Green Mile. Hopefully we can get the Green Mile full again.
Yeah, you're so right. I think everyone in Cape Rugby just wants to get back on the field, So, yeah, when was our last match? End of May. Now it's an opportunity to get back out there, so very excited. Yeah, I think there's so much excitement to play rugby. It was probably easier this year than ever, The guys had varsity right up until towards the back end of November, so they were here anyway doing exams. And then we only stayed for another few weeks after those exams, and then they came back in January. Now is the tough time because you've got to get them back early. But with the competition looming, I think it's not too tough. It went well. It's busy, I got home and I said to my wife, I said, geez, you just don't even have a moment's free, If you're not planning something, you're in a meeting, then you've got training. We did double training on the one day, and we had a bit of fun as well. It's a nice opportunity for the guys to connect and just socialize a little bit, which is an important part of what we do here. So yeah, no, I think a positive camp. There's nothing, as you'll know, there's nothing like that buzz of a match day. And pre-season's been going long, and I'm sure all the coaches will say you want lots more time because there's so much you want to get right, but you also want the competition to come because you get that buzz of the match day and the match weeks and the preparation. I think we're really excited that it's not in a bubble. As unique and wonderful as it was, it's tough. Playing every second or third day, that was difficult. So I think we're looking forward to a normal competition and whatever normal we're in at the moment, and yeah, very much looking forward to it.
Jerome, UCT in session there at the Green Mile. Of course, you've been also working with a lot of these players, either in your structures or playing in your under 20 systems. I think you called them the young guns as well last year. UCT look like they're excited for the Varsity Cup.
Yes, they had a great season last year. just missed out on,
Yeah.
on winning the Varsity Cup. So yeah, looking forward, and also as you say, JP, we have a lot of players at UCT, and we after the Currie Cup, the under-21 competition start. So I hope they do well, because there's about 8 guys at UCT that will come back to Western Province. So yeah, I think that the type of rugby they will play, it's actually the rugby that people want to see in Varsity Cup. So I think they'll do well again.
Right, folks, for those of you that don't know, we've got a new partner on board with us here at Cape Rugby TV, Iceberg Air Conditioning and Compressors. They're on here with us on Cape Rugby TV. You can, of course, find them in Stickland and Montague Gardens. Now, of course, Iceberg specializes in aircon installation, customization, service, repair, regas, reconditioning, and spares supply. They've got all the experience in the world in all different types of air conditioning. Cars, trucks, buses, even helicopters and plant machinery, mining equipment, and of course home and office air conditioning. Now they custom fit vintage imports, classics, and in addition to that, the additional service such as pipework makeup for various fitments. Now, Iceberg was of course established back in 2009 when a number of individuals came together and they combined their 30+ years of experience in the field, and they've since grown to become specialists in their field and therefore can offer their clients custom solutions that suit their air conditioning needs. And of course they are active with big fleets. They manage various fleets maintenance for their companies over the years. Now you can find Iceberg air conditioning specialists. You can find them in Stickland Industrial at Unit 3 Kucha Street in Montague, at least in Stickland Industrial, or you can call them in Stickland on 021 948 5798, and of course in Montague Gardens, where you can contact them on 021 55 517 88. They're at Unit 11 Venture Park, Stella Road, and if you want to, you can email them icebergaircons@gmail.com. So big thanks to Iceberg Air Conditioners and Compressors for coming on board with Cape Rugby TV. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll carry on talking club rugby. Back in a sec.